I've already been here once today, but it's on my heart to share something with y'all right now while I wrap my head up and go step outside. People know, we all know it's nobody perfect in this world, right? Everybody make mistakes. But there's only one judge in this world, and that's the divine creator that gave us life. And I submitted myself to the divine a long time ago. So much that I got tired of being in my own head about stuff, And I got tired of trying to figure it out. I got tired of telling myself I knew what was going to happen. It's just me becoming self-aware of certain things that I knew I needed more help on. We're not perfect beings in this world. And as I try to strive every day to do better, like my heart is heavy right now, y'all. I feel like I'm going to tear up, you know what I'm saying? But as we strive to be better people every day, I give my complete thanks to the divine, no matter what the outcome of the day is. I'm not going around asking people for forgiveness. I ask forgiveness from the divine. And I push and fight through the physical things that make me feel some certain type of way. And it's a hard thing to do because I'm still human. I'm still a man. But being the ideal of something that's running from its own mind and giving that placement to the divine is more powerful than anything. So that's why I always say respect, yo. Instead of respect, I say respect because there's only one aspect, and that aspect is of Ra. Ra was created from the divine, so if I'm going to follow anything, I'm going to follow that light. And every day I get up and open my eyes, I give homage and I pay respect to what gave me life, gave me the aspect to open my eyes. It's a hard thing to do for the most part. And to stay diligent on that every day. And sometimes you don't even see the change that you think you deserve, but you stay diligent on it anyway. And sometimes I'm like, give me more. I need more. I need something to give me a reason. Hold on. Sometimes not being satisfied within how fast things take, learning the divine timing, learning patience. The hardest way to figure this out and the hardest test to get that through is you learning it yourself. You're not running to no buildings. We're not running to no person. We're not running to no group of people. When you get this understanding as in from how I'm giving it or how I'm living it as NAGA, you're going to learn this yourself. You're going to fight through this yourself. You can't turn to nobody. Ain't no spells. It's no nothing. There's no incense, no candles. It's nobody that's going to give you this understanding that's going to allow you to come into that divine pretense. For me, it's only the Most High, yo. And I always give myself to the Most High every day. And I don't be knowing what's going to happen. I still don't know what's going to happen. And I don't be caring. You know what I mean? I just try to go with the flow that I'm pushed in only by divine pretense. The Most High say stay, I stay. If he say move, I move. And it shows me in the actions of things that's around. Most weaker energies are easily able to be controlled. So when you relinquish yourself, the divine can speak loud to you through everything else. I'm not a person who always had much in life. And I've been still happy on a path. I messed up a lot of things that probably should have put me in a different situation. I take full responsibility for a lot of things I've been through. But the man without sin cast the first stone. And when we get so mixed up in our mind about who said this or where this came from or how this does, you are stepping into an energy that's not even for you, something you can't even deal with. And you can't deal with it because, I'm going to say it like this. You know, it's, people talk about the Masons and they talk about the structure of building and stuff like that. You go into the world, you get licenses on how to do this, and then you feel like you certified perfect. You feel like that certification tell you that nobody can do it better than you. You a pro. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, first and foremost, when you give it to the divine, it's nothing that's going to rebuild your structure better than the divine. So that fight that you're dealing with is only because you chose people who can't work on that divine aspect, who can't work as in the divine. People always going to tell you their point of view, but their point of view is not perfect. And I'm not perfect. So when living in perfection, I need to go somewhere where it's going to be a perfect fix. So I always went straight to the source. And me going to the source allows me to feel better and to grow past certain things, iniquities that everybody is end up dealing with. So if I'm going to see success in life, if I'm going to see a certain growth, I'm giving that to the divine to see fit. I'm never going to be perfect in the eyes of a lot of people, and I'm good with that. I'm going to have mess ups, and I'm good with that. But as long as I know that my teacher is the faith, my teacher is the separation of me believing in man, I know that my guidance is going to come from somewhere that's unseen. I'm good with that. I tried to lean on my own thoughts for a while. I look young, but I ain't that young. Leaning on my own thoughts only got us in different situations, and I see people still doing that today. I see the masses do that, and I'm always singling myself out. You know why? Because I'm good by myself. I'll always be good by myself. If the Most High see fit for me to be drawn in a situation, you know what happens? It comes in. The divine don't make no mistakes. We do. And I say this shit all the time. I need just like anybody else need in this world. Just like before, when I was in the room, I felt like I was about to tear up. And you know, the divine did, he removed that from me. Just so I can deliver this message. Because if I'm going to show you anything, I'm just showing you how the divine plays a role in my life. I'm no teacher. But that healing for me is wonderful, yo. And it makes me believe I got a shot. It's a bothersome thing to keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting and keep failing. Knowing that your heart is in the right place. I don't have all the answers. I just know I won't try to answer them all. And I give thanks to the divine just for giving me an opportunity to open my eyes. He's telling me every time I open my eyes, you can come to me because your eyes is open. You could talk to me because your eyes is open. You can lay your head in my chest. I'm your father. I'm your mother. I'm your friend. I'm your brother. All these things is a reality to me in the way I look at how I move through life and deal with the circumstances that I have to deal with. And people are going to go 10 times harder to keep you down. I came in this world with things incorrect with me. And I couldn't fight those things. I had to deal with them. I couldn't even explain them away. And constantly I had people turn their backs on me, point their fingers at me, make their stories up on me, just so they could live better at that moment. And I carried that weight. I carried that bag. I carried that lie. I carried that judgment. And I kept walking. It don't matter, yo, what I went through or had to deal with. I always gave it to the divine. Because that's one thing that'll never turn its back on me. It's one thing that'll never lie to me. That's one thing that'll never steer me wrong. So if you lost out here, you don't know what to do next, you find yourself in a way of thinking that you think is going to bring you even further down, give it to the divine. Give it to the divine. And allow the divine to guide you. When it's all said and done, you're going to be all right. And I know that. NAGA.